What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday analysis. Today is Sunday, December 10th, 2023, and we're going to be looking at what we should be expecting next week for the markets. Okay, so it looks like on Monday we have RBA. We have some high impact news, but throughout the entire week we have a lot of high impact news. On Tuesday we have CPI, Wednesday we have PPI, Thursday more high impact news, Friday more high impact news. Now we want to see how this is going to affect the market. Of course, when there's a lot of high impact news, you don't necessarily want to be trading during the news release. You want to be trading after the news release to see what price did, what kind of manipulation it formed, and all that kind of good stuff. So looking at the charts at USD CAD, as always, we see that last week what price did is tap into our daily fair value gap that we've been looking at for quite some time. Now, did it respect it? No. Why didn't it respect it? We see this candle and this candle. This candle closed below this daily fair value gap. Okay, so when a candle closes below it, I'm no longer interested in this area. Now it could be some sort of manipulation in this area, but still it's no longer in my eyes a high probability trade setup. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this daily fair value gap just because I'm not interested in it anymore. So since we closed below it, I'm going to move down to my next point of interest, and in this case it would be this 4-hour order block that we see right here. Okay, now why is this order block my point of interest? I'll tell you why. Because if we look right here, we see that liquidity has been swept. Okay, sell side liquidity has been swept. Then right after sell side liquidity been swept, price shifted in market structure impulsively. Okay, so we see after this down close candle, we see a huge impulsive move higher that closed above the swing high. If you look very close, you see that it closed above the swing high. This right here tells me that the market has shifted in market structure and is now wanting to reverse higher. Okay, and this is exactly what it did. After it swept through this liquidity, shifted in market structure, this has now become a valid order block. Why? Because this order block was responsible. Here, I'll type it out too. Order block. Okay, responsible for break of structure or market structure shift, whatever you want to call it. Okay, 2, price is in the extreme zone, and 3, order block made a clear imbalance. So looking at these 3 confluences, this is what I look for to validate my order block. So 1, price impulsively broke structure. Okay, so now this order block right here is responsible for that break of structure. 2, the order block is in the extreme zone. Now if we look at this discount zone, this is our extreme zone of this entire range, so we could check that off. And 3, order block made a clear imbalance, which we see right here. It couldn't get any more clear than that. So these are the 3 things that I look for to validate my order block. Now, price has yet to come back down into this order block, which means we want to give it more room to breathe in order to get to that level. Now, we see right here a small sweep of liquidity right here, and price swept sell side right here. And after it swept, this entire impulsive move became a range on its own. I'll mark it out right here. So this is our most recent internal range. Okay, what I'm anticipating price to do, break through this range, continue going higher, tap into this 4-hour SIBI. Now once it's inside of this 4-hour SIBI, I want to see it respect it, shift in market structure, and continue going lower, tapping into our 4-hour order block point of interest. Okay, this is what I would like to see price doing, because for the longest time, or for a while now, it's just been going lower. Lower lows, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, lower low. This is what I want to see price doing. Okay, I would like to see price tap into this 4-hour SIBI, this imbalance, because this is now my area of interest, because it has yet to be rebalanced. I want to see price rebalance this zone, retrace off of it, pull back into the move, just like this, pull back into it, and continue going higher. This actually is the shift of market structure, like that. Okay, that's what I want to see, and ultimately I'm waiting for price to tap into or enter this 4-hour order block. Now if we look at the daily time frame again, okay, let me just delete these out of the way. We have this entire range. Now it's very important to keep the daily bias or the higher time frame bias in mind when you're trading on smaller time frames. And for example, I'm looking at the daily time frame right now, the USD CAD, and the most clear or the most obvious swing points to me is this low right here and this high right here. Now from between this low and this high, we have a range. Okay, price has been inside of this range for quite some time. Now ultimately what I want to see is price either sweep through buy side or sweep through sell side. I don't care which one it sweeps through. I want to see it sweep through either of them. I'm anticipating price to sweep through this sell side first before it continues going higher, because if we zoom out a little bit, we see that we have a liquidity start here, then a shift in market structure higher, and then a pullback. Okay, so we see price going up and it's going down. It just swept through sell side liquidity, created a swing high, swept through the most recent sell side liquidity one more time, and then impulsively broke market structure. Now from here, I want to see price tap into this 4-hour point of interest to continue taking out this weekly range high. That's what I want to see price doing in the long run. But as far as next week, we have to keep in mind the news and all of these high impact news right here. We see that we have this 4-hour BISI, just to recap it one more time, this 4-hour imbalance that I would like to see get rebalanced, and then if this level gets respected, I want to see a shift in market structure, pull back into an imbalance or an order block within this 4-hour SIBI, and then a continuation lower. Now once price taps into my 4-hour order block point of interest, this is where I want to see my extreme A+ entry. If this level gets respected, then we see a shift in market structure with an impulsive move. I'm going to locate the order block or the imbalance within this range where I'm going to place my entry and then target my extreme zones, which would be this or this high and ultimately this high. I know it's a little overboard, but this is swing trading. We wait for the highest probability entry and we hold our trades long term. So this is what we have coming in the next week. It's not a lot of price action. Price action is not as beautiful as I like it to be. It's kind of ugly in my eyes. So I'm not going to be looking for any trades unless we are in my area of interest. And until we get to that area of interest, whether it's this one or this one, then I'm going to just be sitting on the sidelines waiting and not doing anything. Okay? And since we are in the month of December, where everybody's going on holidays, everybody's traveling, visiting their families, the market is not as active or as safe to trade as it is, throughout the year. So December is a month where you want to just lay low. If you find an A+ setup, take it. If you don't find an A+ setup, don't force any trades. Alright, so that's what we have for this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to help you guys out in any way possible. And until next time, have a good one.